My crazy lifelong dream, which I was about to achieve, was ruined by a lack of sleep, but here's how I combated it. I'm the starting senior quarterback for my high school football team, and I recently got recruited to play D1 football, and I've been playing football since I was 4, so for 3 years my free time consisted of doing shuttle runs, 3-cone drills, bench pressing, and all that fun stuff. My end goal was to go to D1 for college football. I would push myself physically for hours on end every day, and with all this vigorous training, you'd think I'd be tired and able to sleep peacefully. But it was actually the hardest part of my day. At the start of the preseason, I was at the gym religiously obsessed over my workouts and practicing with my team. However, something changed. One night, after a particularly hard day, my body forgot how to shut down properly, and it took me hours to fall asleep. At first, I thought nothing of it because a little less sleep never hurt anybody, right? Except that after a few hours of sleep every single day, I was so out of it, I kept dropping the snap and playing so bad. Overall, I thought the reason for this was nerves about the upcoming season and the pressure to be the best, but whatever it was, I needed to fix it immediately. So I tried various methods to get me back to my peak performance, like meditating, taking hot baths, cutting caffeine, but nothing worked. I was searching to find that one thing that would cure my lack of sleep. Little did I know a single conversation was all it was going to take to change the trajectory of my football career. It was the first practice that my coach put in the second string quarterback in over me. I could tell he was really disappointed, and he asked why I was suddenly wasting my potential. I really didn't want him to think that I was doing that, so I finally fessed up about my sleep problems and how nothing I tried worked. He said that this wasn't worth making a fuss over and took me into his office after practice. He handed me Portal Dream and told me that taking it before bed would solve all my sleeping problems. I confessed I was skeptical about it, especially because I had already tried melatonin gummies, but he revealed something shocking that I still can't believe to this day. Coach has had a ton of other players struggle to play because they couldn't sleep, but he couldn't have his players lose their football career before it even started. So he did plenty of research to get them back on track. He ended up on Andrew Huberman's page, this neuroscientist with 5 million followers, to follow this guy's advice religiously. This is how he learned the exact formulation of a good sleep aid. Since Portal was the only thing that matched the formula, Coach ran with it. He even said athletes who made the switch had no problem playing games on Friday, then heading to practice on Saturday mornings. I was a lot more willing to use it after hearing all this, so I took the Portal that night, and after drinking it, it only took half an hour before I was knocked out, which might seem like a lot of time, but I take that over a day of staring at a ceiling. The next morning, I felt rested for the first time in a while after getting that sleep in, even though I was woken up at 6 in the morning. For morning practice, I completely balled out that practice, and even coach noticed the difference. This was the turning point for me. I secured my starting spot back for the upcoming season. We started it off with a 3-1 record. At the next game, I was informed by my coach that there was D1 college scouts there, so I knew I had to lock in. I stacked up on carbs, got some extra conditioning in, and took Portal Dream literally at 8 at night. The next day, we ended up getting a W after a blowout win, and I had 4 passing touchdowns. The scout who I'd been in contact with came up to me and offered me a spot on their team next year. I officially signed the document to commit there a few days ago.